kick into a bit of a spiel. Okay, well, we're about ready to kick off Season 6. So this is 6 campaigns, effectively, that I've run online. Some going to 13th level, some 8th, some 16th or 17th or so. And we're about to crack on with probably the most homebrewy of mine. Up to now, it's all been by the book, pretty much, from hardcover adventures. So we're still, there'll be a lot of Saltmarsh, there'll be a lot of Call from the Deep, which is a DM's Guild, level 1 to 13. But first, I just wanted to welcome everyone here. There's a couple more players that will be joining us in later sessions. But we'll do a bit of intro, not necessarily session 0, but session 0.5 or something like that. So we've had a bit of a chat and an intro, and people have prepared characters and so on. You can see on screen. Now, this is not where everyone is. You can see like a bit of a marching order. I just use this as a bit of a drop-off point. I might take this chance for everyone to just go through and introduce themselves, share as much as they want, just maybe what your sort of background in D&D is, or we can leave your character for now, and we'll come to that throughout the intro. So going along the line there, I think, Todd, do you want to kick off for us?
Yeah, sure, thanks. I've been playing Dungeons & Dragons since I was about 12 years old, which is approaching 40 years now with the game. So, yeah, DM'd a lot, played a lot with the same group of people from the majority of that. And, have played one campaign with Anthony, really enjoyed it, like I said before, and really looking forward to this.
Awesome. Well, thanks. James?
Yeah, played a bit of D&D as a kid through to my teens. Obviously not online because I'm 40, but played a lot of Warhammer 40k and Magic and a lot of fantasy games. But my sister is playing online a fair bit and sort of coerced me into playing with her a few months ago, and I really enjoyed it and sort of went looking for campaigns and found this one, and so I'm here.
Great. Rebecca.
Hi. I've been playing since a in-person campaign that I've been DMing since I was 14, so nearly 11 years ago, and that just finished the year before last, and I decided I want to be a player, finally. So I joined this last campaign with Anthony as my first time playing online and also as a player, and yeah, here I am again. Hi.
Welcome. And Ed.
I've been playing since, actually steadily since last year. I started playing online with the group, then venturing out into Roll20 and Discord and everything. And so, but I did play a little bit when I was a kid, but not really, or younger. Not really enough to remember. I've loved it ever since, though. So.
Yeah. Great. So everyone's got a bit of experience, but differing experience with D&D, but also with Roll20, D&D Beyond, all of that. But because we're starting from first level, that gives a bit of a chance to slowly get the hang of it, get the grips with it. I guess I won't jump into characters yet, but I just, for everyone, I think everyone here knows that it's a nautical setting, but I'm happy for you guys to set it and let it drift in any direction you choose it to. So it's quite funny when I see the online community and the people heckling adventures like Storm King's Thunder, who there's a series of it where from level, I think, 3 to 7, it just says, they can go any place in the north and get a few levels, and then they present lots of different places you could go. And I saw one online group saying, "Oh, what do we do from here?" And they toss their toys out of the cot and quit the campaign then and there. And what they were being presented with was effectively a sandpit, but it would have been a lot of work for the DM then to just try and let it go. But in the same way, I don't know, I guess the new Dragonlance module is coming under flack for being too railroady, and it's more like playing a novel. And some of the older ones are like that too. Descent into Avernus and a couple of others. But so you can't please anyone really, no matter what you do. You either have a very tight storyline that builds to epics and ebbs and flows, or let people, do whatever and wing it. But you can't plan as much for that. But I'm happy to, even at the end of each session, if I know what you're sort of planning to do, it gives me a little bit of a guide as to where to go for next time. But don't feel that there's a script and your actors or marionettes in a performance. So it's up to you to do that. I think I've asked everyone in the background to come up with a character that will be trusted and by an adventuring group, and the members of that adventuring group would want you to have you hanging around. So this then goes. This is a roundabout way of saying no PvP, but I'm not like it's banned. It's just there better be a strong reason for it. And if it's a what my character would do sort of thing. I was looking at a chat even just last week where what do you do when someone picks another piece out of his pocket? And it's a slippery slope, and it's half the DMs saying, you can't have that, that's just, it leads to anarchy. And others saying, well, that they should be able to play that the thief would pickpockets, that's what they do, blah, blah. But the thing is, even if you go strict by the thing, I'm getting a bit preachy here, sorry about that.
No, do it.
That's all right.
Is if one of the people you're travelling with picked your pocket, you'd probably stop travelling with them. If one of your mates at school started just picking your pocket, and you would just no longer trust them, and you might not. D&D, it's a bit easy to just get out your mace and start swinging, and that's probably not what you would do in not real life, but So, but if you are actually playing, and if the whole group is playing their characters, unless you're just going to be a bunch of, badass mercenaries only together for some money, and then you probably just backstab each other. In my experience, left alone, it quickly devolves. I
think the simple answer to that's what my character would do is, why'd you make up a character that's such a dickhead?
So that would do that, Exactly. I think Critical Role Syndrome is making it worse at the moment, because the current campaign of Critical Role has two characters that are constantly pickpocketing from each other, and it's like, okay, and they still hang around with the group. So then a lot of newer players are seeing that like, oh, well, it's just fine, because that's just what her character does, and all those experienced players are fine with it.
Exactly.
So my character should be able to do it.
Well, I mean, I've got some things, some ideas for my character in this campaign for how he's going to be like, maybe a little bit annoying sort of thing, but it's not going to be hurting anybody. It's going to be in jest, and so I mean, we'll see how that works out. And if it doesn't work, I'll just read the room and stop doing it. So
I look forward to that, because my character's, for once, I'm playing a serious character.
Oh, okay.
I always play very whimsical, silly characters, and I thought I'll try someone a bit more serious for once.
Okay.
Exact opposite for me. I'm usually a serious player. I'm going to try to be a little lighthearted with this character. So.
Okay.
Nice.
One thing on the PvP to be conscious of, like you're saying, reading the room, is for me, it's also letting each other's character, each person play their character out. So I'm just trying to think of an experience. It's not just attacking someone else, but if you undermine what they do. And the easy one is, I'm a paladin, so I will rush into battle and not let anyone negotiate with anyone else. sometimes you just need to think, okay, well, how can I slightly reinterpret that and say, okay, well, you guys do the talking, but I'm going to sit here and stew. That's perfectly feasible.
Exactly.
I think you just need to think about the group dynamic is kind of what you're saying.
Yeah.
And that's slightly got to trump the individual's wants and needs sometimes. Yeah. Otherwise, it ruins everything.
And I'm not picking on Cortan as a potential paladin.
No, I don't take it that way. I don't take it. I don't plan to play this paladin like a true paladin, to be honest.
Well,
okay.
Yeah.
But
I
understand.
Yeah, it's the same with barbarians raging at the drop of a hat, or thieves picking the pocket of the constable you're trying to,
Yeah, you don't have to do it, do you?
No, you don't.
In the end, it's all a decision that a player.
Well, there better be a good reason why you would do that.
Oh,
because
not
in normal life you would do that. There's got to be a good reason.
I mean, I guess before you decide on any action, it's like, is this going to add to the game?
Mm. Yeah.
And if the answer's no, maybe just don't do it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that was just a bit of a. I just wanted to make that point that it wasn't so much just combat, but just giving everyone the breath to succeed or explore their own characters and whatever's going on. Right. So I guess we can kick off. I'm going to switch our view now. And you should see a new setting coming up.
Yes.
Yep.
All right.
Zoom out a bit.
Well.
Oh, I got the wrong character token.
That's okay.
Great.
I'll bring it down a touch. It's a bit too. Okay, so our camera sort of pans out from our hypothetical party of the future, and we're zooming into a idyllic village. There's a bunch of gnomes, a couple of half-elves. Can everyone see this? I think...
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, great. And they're all gathered around two characters. Let's have a look. And that looks like they've got parting gifts. There's garlands, some fruit, some wrapped up little parcels. Lord of the Rings elven food type style, but it's not elven, of course. It's gnomish. And some natural produce, some beef jerky, some things. And they're saying, well, we're sorry to see you go, and I know you've lived here for so long, all your life. They're looking at you, Morwen, and as they look up, what do these gnomes, obviously, 2 feet tall or so, they look up at you and they're offering you some food. What do they see? Can you describe what your character looks like?
Okay, so Morwen Kormar is a 5'11" elf. She is a sea elf. She is sallowed, sort of green, bluish skin and hair that is the texture of seaweed. She has a little bit of blush on her cheeks. She likes to keep it fancy. She's wearing all leather armor and, has a little bow slung around her shoulder. You'll have to bear with me. It takes me a little while to get used to the accent. Takes me a little while for it to get natural. She has long pointed ears. She's very slender and elvish looking, but also has little gills on the side of her neck, which is covered on one side by her hair, and showing on the other side. And her ears, they're pointed like elf ears, but they also have little bumps on them. Like a fish gills. What's it called? The flat things that they swim with.
Yep.
She has that just a little bit on her ears, they're kind of ridged like a fish.
So they're like the side fins.
Yeah, like side fins. Yeah.
Okay. And do you take this offering?
Yeah, of course. It's really nice to receive offerings from all the people that I've grown up with and have done trade with in my past. I make sure to take some extra supplies for my friend. She headed out the day before to scout the path ahead and make camp up ahead. So yeah, I'll grab some extra stuff for her.
A little elven girl comes up to you, a little gnomish girl comes up to you and says, "But Morwen, why do you have to go?"
Because some people are just made for bigger things, okay? Like, I'm sorry, but I need to see the world, okay? I need... You've heard all the stories from Farmer Joe and Captain Hannigan of krakens and monsters and giant heads full of eyes and all this stuff. I just need to see it. It just sounds fucking cool, okay? I mean, sorry, cool. It sounds cool. Don't repeat that to your mother.
She says, "Well, I've saved this. It's a magic feather from the Twitter owls." And she
the Twitter owl.
Passes it to you.
I'll treasure it. I'll name it Elon.
It has a sort of musky smell.
Oh my god. And I can send you a message in 140 characters or less.
It's magic, and it will remind you, smell it, and it will remind you of home.
Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you so much. And she'll sort of bend down, because it's a gnome, and, you know, she's a tall-ass elf. She'll sort of get down on her knees and give her a little hug. Okay. I don't even want to think how small a gnomish child is, like 1 foot tall. So,
well, she sort of...
Or I guess she'll just pick her up and... Here.
All right.
Down you go.
And you hear a sort of a sound, you know, some sort of sound to your right, and your travelling companion, who you've come to know in recent times. I don't know whether it's weeks, months, days, or whatnot. Elric, and you turn to Elric, and Elric, what does Morwen see? What's she seeing when she looks across at you? Up at you.
Alaric is he's normally a tall furbog. He's got kind of a bluish gray skin, and kind of has some weathered look to him. He's been living, of course, deep in the forest his whole life. He has dark eyes and hair and long ears. They're not elf-like, but they're more goat-like. They come out on the side of his head. And normally he towers at about 7.5 feet tall, but anytime he comes into this town, he always shrinks himself a little bit down to more similar sizes. And so while he's been traveling with Morwen, he's been kind of shrinking himself down to her size. And so he's and he's sort of bluish gray skin. He's got carries with him a tortoise shell of a shield and a wizard staff. He's clothed in robes, but he also has leather armor on. So very druid looking.
Leather armor?
Yes.
Okay. And when you say shrinks down and grows up, are you talking about hunching, or does he magically?
No, he actually magically does it.
Okay.
So he will change his disguise himself as furbolgs do.
Okay. And now I've got on your character, just going into sort of, I've switched Morwen across to her other token in the meantime, so that's what she actually looks like when you look across her. And made you slightly larger. We'll see how that goes. It might get in the way. It might be fine. But okay. And how long have you been in this village? One of the villagers comes and says, "How long's it been?"
It's been at least since the beginning last season.
Oh.
I don't venture out of the forest very often to bring my wares, but this time I did, and I met Morwen and discussed her adventure with me. and the stars say I should go along with it, and so I will.
Okay. And I guess the rest of the gnomes and the characters around you all sort of step back a little bit and expecting that this is now the time. What's your passive perception, Alaric?
It is 15.
15. Okay. And what's yours, Morgan?
15.
15. Oh, crikey.
Yeah.
All right. I've adjusted that on the character sheet, so normally for the tokens, we'll have it on there, so I don't have to keep asking you in times when the assassins are moving in.
We don't miss much.
Yeah. Okay.
No, we're a perceptive bunch. I think Selwyn has pretty high as well.
As the camera pans back, you can see the villagers sort of part, and they all look as you make your way down the path and off into the forest. One of the old timers from the village just comes rushing up, and they say, "But is it? We are close to the coast here. Are you heading into the big city?"
Are we heading into the big city?
Yes, I guess.
We're heading into the city. Felwyn set off ahead of us, so I guess we'll be meeting her there.
Right. She says, "Well, the road to the south does go along the coast. There's cliffs, so just be careful there. Most of our there's not a lot of easy access by boat because it's so rugged, the coastline along here, as you know. But the road to the south does curve in away from the coast for some time, so don't worry about that. It'll come back eventually.
Okay.
But it does.
Thank you.
It does run close to the Twisted Thickets.
Oh, that doesn't sound very nice.
And oh no, yeah, it is. It is a a dense wood, and there's a village there that if you can take this parcel with you, and pass it on to Mother Haggle as you move through.
Mother Haggle. Let me just write that down, and Morwen will take her little notebook out and jot it down. Okay, thank you, Margaret. Don't worry, she'll give her a hug.
Okay. And yes, Mother Haggle, and she's a herbalist from the woods. Has always lived there, but a little community has grown up around her cottage of like-minded individuals.
Then Alaric would know her.
Yeah, Alaric, you're right there, and you hear of Mother Haggle, and she is definitely some sort of enchanted, or a powerful spell slinger of some sort, nature magic. Yeah, so Alaric, you would have heard of Mother Haggle.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And she often, if you're seeking adventure, she's a potential source. Many people go to her with things that they're after, and if you go and see her, she might have some work for adventurers like yourself.
Awesome.
Budding adventurers.
Sounds cool.
We will go see Mother Haggle.
Okay.
Is she in the thicket or past the thicket?
She lives just south of the Twisted Thickets.
Oh, just south. Okay, just past it. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Little inland, and she then says,
"Do I have a map?"
After giving that
maybe.
parcel.
Do I have a map? Maybe like I have cartographer's tools and like map making is my skill. Like
yeah, so you might.
The stars will tell us the way.
Yeah.
Follow me.
Elric, I'm going to keep saying it's going to take a while. Sorry.
Sure thing.
It's fine. Call me what you will.
Okay.
Furbolgs have no use for names.
You're one of those guys, huh?
Well, when you might have a bit of a sketch, you haven't
crappy map.
You haven't got a map from someone else who's plotted and mapped this area out. but you know that to the north there is a vast area of swamps, and it's sort of south. The coastline generally goes south, but it's always going to be going in and out. It's not a straight coastline.
Cool.
And to the south, it goes through forested areas, and then there is what used to be a fishing village, but they probably would call themselves a town, called Dragon's Roost.
Dragon's Roost, okay.
Yeah, and
I have cartography as my skill, so I'm gonna map shit out as I go along.
Definitely. And you can definitely grow that map as you go, and you'll see that online as we catch up for next week. What I did for another group is I plotted them, and all they had was one dot and the town they started from, and we started to actually make the map as we went along. That was what I was hoping. Okay. All right.
I took map making, and she's just gonna start going along as the campaign goes and see how big it gets.
But as far as
I gave Alaric navigation tools as one of his skills because he does use the stars to navigate, but he doesn't have a navigator's kit.
Okay. Well, eventually you'll probably come across one or have an opportunity to. But even knowing the stars, you can quite comfortably navigate using the stars without, the sextants and all that palaver.
Yes.
Okay, so the camera is going to pan back here. That is quite back. Okay. And we're going to switch now to a different scene. Let me see. To the open ocean.
Oh.
And let's turn it down a little bit. And there is a dense fog. Let me see. I'm just going to go and check. Yeah. So, what can you guys see your ship here?
Yep. I can.
See a ship in the middle there. Yep.
Okay. And aboard the ship, there's a crew of 15 or so, and there's a captain, and he's giving the usual sailing orders, pull this in, rake that in, but it's pretty much as steady as she goes. There's a light wind, a very dense fog, and night is falling. And one of the sailors complains and looks around and says, "Come on, hold on, pull your weight. This is getting heavy." And he turns around to a slightly built but armoured character. Coritan, I'm talking to you.
Yeah. All right.
When he looks at you, Coritan, what does he see? What's your?
You see a fairly intense individual that looks. It's about 6 foot tall, green eyes, slender, but like you said, built. I would say slightly sunken features and pretty baggy under the eyes. Look like a person that sort of has trouble sleeping and sort of getting past certain things. And yeah, seems pretty focused on whatever he's thinking about rather than what's going on.
Okay. All right. So this sailor gets your attention, and do you look like a sailor, or do you look like a passenger, a traveller?
I'm definitely a passenger on this boat.
Okay. All right. So this guy's just asking you for a bit of a hand because he's like hauling with it. And how do you do? Do you want to give us an athletics check for me?
Yeah. Sorry, I just got to switch my screen. There.
First roll of a campaign.
Yeah. Dun dun dun. Oh,
ain't great.
11. Okay, you give it a haul, but the rope starts to slip, and it's at risk of pulling through your fingers and getting that rope burn, causing you to let go. your travelling companions just nearby if you wanted to call for some help.
Well, hey, Gungo.
And you look over your shoulder and you hear this sort of grunt. Gungo?
Can you come and give us a hand here?
Okay,
We're having a bit of trouble.
So, first with Gungo, Gungo's going to have a terrible Spanish accent. And the main reason he's got a terrible Spanish accent is because I'll have a terrible Spanish accent. And I'll probably slip in and out of it. So there's this Minotaur. I was going there. I think is there some typing or something? I think he's really muscly, dark brown fur with like
okay.
It's sun bleaching. He's got across his chest because he's got a slightly bare chest, and he walks up to Cortan with his scary look on his face, but then a really friendly smile breaks out, and he says, "Let me help you, my friend," and he'll grab the rope in one hand and pull on it for him.
Okay.
So you want an athletics roll for?
Yes, please. Oh,
24.
Okay. So,
Cortan is very upset about that.
he just looks at Cortan the whole time he's doing it with a smile on his face.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, between the two of you, you never know in a tug of war who's actually pulling their weight. But
you sit down, friend. I'll take care of it.
Thanks. A lot.
And Cortan.
We back through this fog. We'll be in port soon.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
the sailor up ahead sort of stops and looks to the front of the ship.
Have a look there as well.
Yeah, we're going to have a look there, obviously.
Okay. And he looks up and he says, "It looks like there's a bit of a storm brewing. This is very odd that there's winds picking up and it's still foggy."
I'm sure it's nothing to worry about.
I'm staring pensively at the front of the ship,
Okay.
freaking out internally.
Okay.
But not showing you.
And let me just pan back a little bit here. All right. Okay. You think you... let's see, what are your passive perceptions, Gungo?
11.
Okay. And what about you, Cortan?
12.
12. Okay. You didn't hear anything, but it looks like a sailor up ahead did. If that...
How far is he away from us?
What I'm going to do is I'm just going to drag you to a map.
Yep.
Can you see that on okay?
Yeah, I'll just...
Yes. Oh, some exciting music as well.
Yeah, it sounds like Lord of the Rings.
Morwen and Elric.
Look at that.
There are some other crew on board. And you can pick up being one of these if you like. Just tell me which dot you want to be.
Oh.
change the name.
Hang on.
One just above Cortan looks good.
My whole screen's black.
Oh, yeah, okay. So, because... All right, well, what I'll do is I'll just do it. I'll grant you somebody.
Yeah. Just give me someone.
Save. You should see now.
Yep.
I have a black
Cool.
screen as well.
Okay. And I'm going to do the same for you in that case.
I want to be this guy because he looks interesting. Mr. Green.
Okay.
There we are.
So you should now see that you're on a fairly short, a fairly small sailing vessel. It's got two masts and one of the triangular sails out the front. I'm not going to be using too many nautical terms. The triangle sail. As you can see, I did all my homework.
Yeah.
But there's two up the front, mounting up to the bow. And they look like they're sort of peering around, sort of left and right.
And you said they heard something.
Oh, yeah. You don't know if they heard something, but they're looking in, attentive, like looking out.
Okay. Well, I think I would go up and ask him if they saw anything.
Okay. You can move. You should be able to move the character.
Yep. Hey guys, can you see anything out there?
One of them turns to you and says, "Oh, no, I'm sure it was nothing." And the other one says, "I'm certain of it. There was a mast."
A mast?
In the fog.
So you think there's another ship?
Perhaps.
Perhaps.
It's an ill wind and an ill mist.
How far are we from port, do we think?
You've been sailing for many days and along the coast. So you would expect, it's out, the coast is out of sight.
Yep. But like we're heading for a destination, like for a city or
you're travelling along the coast
from
the south, northward. And,
on the ocean.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rebecca, Ed, do you want to do anything? You are blue and red, respectively. You should be able to click on those characters. You might want to check that you can move them around.
Having a little connection issues. So.
Okay, all right.
Where's my token?
I think it's this one here.
Yeah.
That's okay.
All right, you're in the drink.
All right. Oh, I see. There's two of us there.
Yeah, I can feel my token, but it doesn't have like a character sheet or anything.
No, that's okay.
Okay.
You won't need it. Okay, so Rebecca, Ed, do you want to do a perception roll for me, please? We're working out the dice. Yeah, you can just roll it based on your own character.
A 2.
A 2, okay.
Based on my own character, hang on.
And we got
Hang on.
9.
Sorry, everything's being weird.
That's okay. I saw the 2 from the.
I rolled a 19 and beyond. It should be coming through.
Oh, I can
taking
see
its
it.
time.
Yeah. Okay, so
there we go.
Seaman Ed, you look to the south and you've definitely heard some oars dipping. and the flap of a sail directly to the south of your location, to the bottom of screen. And it's at that point, I'll pan us back.
Ooh.
So, that the outline of another ship comes into view.
Oh, there we are.
Can you see it?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a big old ship.
And you hear the clear sounds of alarm go up over your ship as this other ship sort of pulls alongside. And what did you roll? 18 on the perception. You see this face over near the tiller. Oh no, the helm. And there's these hulking brutes on baluster at the back. And the captain of your ship says, "Man, the baluster! Pull out, lock in the carronade." And you've sort of heard these terms before. You know about baluster; they've been around for centuries. But carronade's one of those new fandangled apparatus that fires metal balls. And one of these sailors comes rushing over to you, Ed, and he's hauling a box, and he drags it along, and he opens it up, and there's this metal tube, basically like a mini cannon, but it's mounted on a swivel. And on the side of your ship, there's some mount points and that. And he says, "Give us a hand, will you?"
Okay. I'll gladly help them.
Okay. Can you give me an athletics with advantage? You could just roll 2d20s, and I'll adjust it based on your pirate skills.
All right. I don't know why it's not copying over to roll 20.
And what I'll do is get everyone to roll initiative.
Okay.
Click on your token.
And what do you have to do? Yes,
click on your
token.
token. Click on initiative. I'm happy for you to just add yourself in as your main character from D&D Beyond. That's no problem. So Gungo's on 7. Got a Coritan 9. Ed and Rebecca. Ooh, 21. Okay, I'll do the same for myself. Turn. Okay. Sorting, descending. So it'll be Ed, then the crew of the enemy ship, then Rebecca, Coritan, and Gungo. I'd better add in the other crew of the other ship. Ooh, okay.
Ogres.
Allies. Add. They're going on 8. Okay, so, Ed, what do you want to do? You've got this carronade.
Okay. Am I Alaric here, or am I just a silly character?
Just a general sailor.
Okay. I'll. Not sure what I can do. Just I can continue to help.
Okay. Well, this guy,
catapult.
Okay, this guy that's with you carries it over, so you can move as a pair, and lock it in place. And he says, "Oh, you're as good as me here," and he gets a ball out and loads it in. And they're about an inch across, and he loads about feeds a packet of them into the end of it. And he says, "I pray to humbly, your aim is true." And Elric, okay. I'm going to get you to roll a 2-hit roll. I'm happy for you to use your dex. Just roll a d20. We'll go from there.
Okay.
You can get to raw dice rolls.
Oh, nice.
19. Okay, so
That's good.
Nice.
this is a carronade, and there's probably been cannons have been invented a long time ago by gnomes, but they've always been curiosities. Black powder was an alchemical thing, had to be made by mages or artificers, and only in the last 50 years or so has it been able to be mass produced. But in that time, it's just exploded. And they seem to be on many ships that can afford to get them. Obviously, it's a finite resource, the powder, but these carronades are very short range, but they do a lot of damage. It's basically like a sawn-off shotgun for a ship. And this carronade just blasts through, and you can see rigging and deck and the gunwales right where the stairs are, directly across that lead up to the ship. And can you roll me 2d10, please, for damage?
2d10.
Yep.
Nice.
All right. So that's going to do 20 damage to both the ship and to people in the air of the crew. And 2 crew drop dead as a result of that.
A shot.
Okay.
Nice.
I'm just going to zoom this back out here. Now that everything can be seen, I'm going to take the dynamic lighting away. But you just have to bear with me that there is mist and seas. Okay, so that's Ed. Okay. These ogres go, and one of them swivels it's marked as a baluster on the deck, but it's not. It's a light cannon. And there is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and it goes into Morwen, your vicinity. Where are you? Oh, you're up at the front there with the 2 leaders. Okay. All right. So this cannon goes blasting away. Rebecca, can you roll a d20? This is for a dexterity saving throw. It's like a mini fireball. What happens is it blasts into the deck, and sort of exploding wood goes flying everywhere. Oh,
Natural one.
Okay.
Oh.
Coratan, you look over your shoulder, and you see one of the sailors cop a piece of wood straight through the head, and it disappears out the other end, and she falls over the rail backwards and into the sea.
Wow.
Nasty.
At that point, these doors open up all along the side of the ship, probably about 5 of them, and you hear the captain maniacally, almost laughing with glee, say, "Fire!" And all along the line, these are heavy cannons, and there's 5 of them, and they just go poof, and there's this massive explosion. Everybody, you're hearing, you go deaf momentarily, and everyone on the ship needs to make a saving throw. This is enough to cover the whole ship.
So that's the other ship fired at us, right?
Yes, the other ship fired at you.
Okay, yeah. So what are we going to do? Make a dex save?
Dexterity?
Yeah, dexterity saving throw.
18 for Gangarondo.
Okay.
Oof.
I'm going to get
Wow.
10.
Okay, Coratan.
Yuck. Oh, that's just their saves.
Yeah, I got 10.
Okay.
Should be up there.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah,
10 and a 10. Eleric's got a 20. And
I'm dead.
You're dead.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Oh. Okay. Let's see. Where's this going? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, Gungarondo, your half of the ship from the back half is going to take 27 or 10, 13.
Okay.
So
Gun goes down.
Gungo goes unconscious, but is on deck. Bandit.
As it's coming in and explodes, he just shouts out, "Cortan, look up!"
Yeah. Cortan, you're protected a little bit up at the front there. So you're going to take 13, and Ed, same for you. You'll take half quarter as well.
So 13.
Yep, and 7 for you, Ed. So
I'm down.
Okay.
What kind of damage?
It'll be 7 for you, so it should leave you on 3 hit points.
Yeah.
And Gungo and Cortan, you see bandits around you, flying in pieces. Probably the ones down near the helm. I think it's the helm, where the captain is. But this was enough damage to just blast you at rocks. Hey, what were we going to say? Sorry, I think you're still alive.
I am.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I was asking if it was. Can you hear me? Okay, I had to take off my headset because.
Yeah.
Yeah. No
okay.
problem.
If it was fire damage or something like that.
No, this is force. Force is probably magical. It's probably piercing
or something.
Yeah,
piercing.
Yeah. This is exploding wood. So.
Got it. Never mind. I was wondering if I could absorb elements on that. Okay.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, it's not fire. It's not elemental.
Okay.
Yep. And you can, and looking for you, that this ship starts to sail around, and you clearly see, and all of you, this maniacal captain is a tiefling. He's got a sort of purplish skin, not that deep purple, but quite light. It's definitely far from red that many tieflings look. And dressed in the full pirate, captain regalia. For the two of you player characters, that's as your as it goes lights out for you. Now, I'm going to crank the music down for this disaster. And as the world goes dark for both of you. And I'm going to jump back to the real Mormon and Elric.
Hello there.
Now you should see here. Well, you probably can't at the moment. I'll just drag your characters on there. Morwen. And Elric. And you've been travelling for a few days, following the coast. You're not walking along the beach. How's that looking for you right now? I'll shift ping to show you where you are.
I still can't see anything.
Oh, okay.
Still dark on my end.
Bear with me one sec. Now, this should be right. Let me just check. Can you see my ping mark?
Yeah, but there's nothing on it.
Yeah, that's black screen.
That is bizarre.
Maybe when you changed it to the other characters, it did something.
Yeah, it could have. How about now?
Oh, yep. Yep.
Can you see your characters? Can you move them?
Yeah.
Okay. So, you're travelling along a beautiful coastline. There's a few little sandy coves you've found, places you probably could pull up a boat, but mostly it's rocky cliffs. And at this point, I'm going to switch to you, Gungo. obviously you've been knocked unconscious in the dark of night as a storm was brewing, and you finally come back to your consciousness, or you're starting to, and you can feel cold, and you can hear a roar, and you can feel a pressure like sandpaper on your enormous fingers, palms, and you sort of clench your fingers and you feel sand. You lift your head, and it's weary and cramped and cold, and you feel this roar coming, and you sort of open your eyes, and it's blinding white everywhere you look, but you realise it's white sand. And you're on half hit points. You can adjust that to whatever your max is.
Okay.
And there you are.
Okay, on this. So,
and you feel this, and then suddenly this whoosh, a wave washes over your legs and up your body, and you sort of tumble a little bit. It's quite big as surf.
Okay, and I think he'll just stand up, shake himself dry,
yep.
or as dry as he can, and look around, and then he'll just shout, "Gordon!"
Okay, you look around, and you stand up, and Elric, Morwen, you see this hulking minotaur stand up. You can see the horns, and he's clearly just washed up on the beach. Cortan.
Yep.
You feel movement. You know, that sway that you feel when there's a bit of a tide, and then and you can also hear this, and then whoosh, and suddenly you're sort of washed away as you've got a piece of rope wrapped around your wrist. You're on half hit points, half of whatever your maximum is.
Yep.
And it looks like you're on this square platform of wood, all completely smashed around at the lengths of it, and you've been woken up because something smashed into your calf, which is both legs are sort of dangling into the water. And you open your eyes and look around. There's lines of white foam as the waves wash across you. And you lift up your foot and look at it, and it looks like something has rasped across it with sandpaper.
I'm on debris, basically, floating on debris. Is that what you're saying to me?
Yeah.
Can I see, am I sort of perceptive or awake enough that I can see the shore from where I am?
You blink a couple of times, and
sure.
And then you can see a line of cliffs, a line of beautiful green forest trees, that sort of dusty green of seagrass. And finally you hear a voice roar out, "Coraton!"
Well, I'm going to do my best now that I've gathered myself and I'm awake to surf these waves into the shore.
Okay. Well, you're probably not much of a surfer.
No, I'm not at all.
Elric and Morwen, I'm just going to jump into the cone of silence with you both for now. Let's see. Which only means, okay. Bear with us for a second.
Ed is having connection issues again, I think.
Okay. For some reason, there we go. Okay, Mormon, can you hear me?
Hello.
Okay. You're standing up on the cliff top and you're looking down. It's not a huge cliff. It's, maybe 30 feet or so. And you can see that there are a number of sharks circling this character on the debris out in the water. And as he paddles his hand, you can see one of them sort of circles in and starts heading towards his arm.
Shit.
Okay. And with that, I can move us back and you can say...
Okay.
Okay. Or can you move yourself back? Okay. Are you back with us?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So, Coritan, you start sort of paddling with your hands, just flapping them as you see fish do, or thinking of the rowboats that you've been obviously in backwards and forwards on this sailing ship. You've been in little rowboats before, and you can swim, but although bearing in mind that you're quite exhausted and you've just been blown to smithereens. And there's this injury on your calf. It's bleeding a little bit.
Yep.
Morwen, is there anything you want to do?
I don't think you're able to hear me from here, right? 150 feet?
No.
Okay.
You can try. You can try to...
Okay.
Don't tell me what you're going to yell out. You can just tell me you're going to yell out, and then we can see if I can hear you.
Yeah. She's going to sort of get as close to the edge of the cliff as she can without falling over.
Okay.
And scream out, "Hey! Hey, buddy!"
All right. Can you roll?
Hey!
Can you roll an athletics for me?
Yeah. Not acrobatics.
No. It's not dodgy.
Great. 11.
Okay. I'll let you use Constitution instead of Strength if you.
My strength is higher than my Constitution.
Okay. So you yell out something. It can't be heard, but Gungo, you hear it, and you don't even know what she said, but you can see a figure up on the cliff, waving two figures on the cliff, waving their arms.
And can he see Cortan as well?
Yes, you can. You can see Cortan out to sea.
What she would also do, I was going to also shoot an arrow, try and shoot at one of the sharks, because it's within my 150 feet range.
Okay, roll.
I can shoot 130 feet.
All right,
roll he is just in there. Right. 10.
Okay, so
what the hell is with
Cortan and Gungo, you just see it. There's two figures on the cliffs, and one of them looks to be shooting arrows at Cortan.
Okay, Gungo's just going to shout out, "Stop shooting at my friend!" And he's just going to start running into the water towards Cortan.
No, sharks! Go the other way! No!
Okay, if you want to move, you can, Morwen, you can try and make your way down this cliff. Or you can move to over. Well, as soon as you hit the greenery, you can move at regular speed.
Yeah.
Not risk falling.
I can try. How? Sure. Well, is it much of a climb down here? I have a big adventurers shit and all that.
It is a climb, and it is possible to fall 30 feet or so.
Is that a lot?
It's enough to kill you.
Well, I'll walk around then. I mean.
Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. No. You can, if you come down to about here, then you can.
Where's here?
See where the shift ping is.
Oh yeah. Okay, cool. And then I'll try and hit one of the sharks again.
Okay, I'll get everyone to roll initiative at this point. I think I'll just clear the initiative out. Mobile turns clear. By the way,
my rolls are dog shit today.
Cortan and Gungo, you'll have to try and ignore this shark talk. That's nonsense.
Sure. What shark?
I figured as much.
Yeah.
Oh my god, what is with my rolls today?
What did you get?
A
I got
3!
6.
Okay, so she
Well,
keeps
6,
raining
but-
fire down on Cortan, but clearly missing.
That's just initiative, not
Oh,
the
it's-
hitting.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so we've got the 3 of you in there. I better add.
Yeah, and then should I roll my hit also?
Just not yet.
Or not? For the previous, like, pre-initiative thing?
Hang on. Where is it?
Nemo.
Well, I want to be innocuous. There we go. Now, Gungo and Moran, what are your dex bonuses? Tiebreaker.
+1.
Okay.
Plus 5.
Oh my god.
Plus 3, sorry, plus 3.
Okay, alright, so, Cortan, can you roll an athletics for me for your paddling?
Yeah, average.
Okay. Where's that? Oh,
13.
if you call it out to me, because I'm not.
Yeah, that's all right, 13.
Okay, and so that's pretty good. You considering your state, you're swishing as much as you can, and you move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 30 feet. That's a full dash, on a plank in the ocean. Your passive perception is at 12. Am I right?
Yeah, it's 12.
Okay. All right. So you don't spot anything, Nemo, at this point. Which leads.
Hi guys, I'm back.
Hello.
Hope you hear me.
Threes.
Oh, good.
Okay.
I'm still waiting for my disk to reload on my PC. So
No worries. We're in initiative. You can add yourself in when you can, and we'll just add you in when you when you can get in there. Okay.
Ready.
All right. So I'll slot you in straight now.
Right.
So Elric, you're walking along. I don't know how much you caught of that. You're walking along cliffs, overlooking a beautiful coast with Morwen. You see a minotaur washed up on the beach, stand up, and then call out, "Cortan, Cortan, where are you?" And you look out to sea. You can see this human sort of size-shaped figure on a piece of floating debris, with reef sharks swimming all around him.
Oh, okay.
And he starts to get on his knees and start to paddle. And you can see there's even a line of blood in the water that he's leaving as he paddles. Morwen has notched an arrow and tried to yell out a warning and has fired a couple of shots at the sharks. All this Gungo this Minotaur character has watched these longbow arrows sail from the cliffs over and land near his pal.
Uh-oh. Okay. Am I up then? Yeah, I'm just going to follow. I don't think there's anything I can do from a distance.
No, you can dash, and if you follow the line of the cliffs, you can go to the southwest. Pretty much following that shady cliff line to the south and get to where Morwen is. If you dash, you can move another 30 feet as well, another 6 squares. Because by then you're down at ground level.
And then I'll think this is I'll dash.
Okay.
So that'll put me here.
Yes, halfway along the beach, Gungo, you see this large figure, a furbolg, come rushing along the beach towards you. I don't think you're carrying a weapon or menacingly, Elric.
No, I'm carrying my staff. So
Okay. All right. Which means leaves us to Morwen. Oh, if you want to yell anything out, Elric, you can.
how far away is he from the shore?
Let's see. In a direct line, about 80 feet or so.
Okay. I won't yell anything yet.
Okay. Right. Sorry. Okay, you don't need anything yet, so Morwen, what do you want to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna run another 30 feet, this away, or this away, whatever is, so I'm not behind this dude. I think it's like here. Yeah, I'm gonna shoot another arrow and shout, like, while I'm shouting, "Sharks! Sharks! Get the fuck out of there!"
What the hammerhead?
Okay, and
I think that's 22 to hit this time.
You hear that at that point.
Yeah, there's a 22 to hit this time.
Oh, okay. Can you roll damage?
Yeah. 4. I got a 1. I rolled a 1 on my D8.
4 damage.
Going really well today.
Okay. But you damage it.
80.
And that is your turn. Gunko, you hear, "Sharks, sharks!" And looking out, you definitely see some fins poking out of the water, and they're circling around.
He'll narrow his eyes and say, "Goddamn sharks!" And he'll just start running out there towards him.
Okay.
So, what is it? Normal movement rate with athletics roll? Or?
You can use normal movement. What do you mean? Are you swimming out to sea, or?
Yeah, he's going to rush out to help Gortan.
Okay, so after you go about 10 feet, then you need to be swimming, and so that'll be half your normal movement rate, unless you've got a swimming
speed. So that'll be 15, or hang on. So 10 feet, which will leave him 20. So he'll be able to move 20 feet, which is his movement rate. So that'll be about there. To there.
Yep.
And then, yeah, I guess with his action, he is just going to keep trying to get out there. So he'll go another 20 feet. No, 15 more feet. So I'll just move him that. Out there, I think.
Okay.
Yep, that's as far as he can go.
All right, so you're now swimming. Right, this large hammerhead comes sailing in and smashes into your piece of flotsam, Coritan. You can clearly see it now. You can roll athletics to try and hang on, or acrobatics to try and keep your balance.
All right. Sorry, would you say athletics
or acrobatics?
Or acrobatics. I think yeah, definitely athletics for me.
Okay.
15.
Yeah, good.
All right. So you what was that? Was it athletics? Yes. Okay.
That was athletics. Yeah.
Okay. So this shark smashes into the piece of flotsam that you're sitting on, and it sort of flips and spins and stuff. Doesn't turn over. Doesn't turn upside down. And you manage to cling to it with enough strength that you have remaining that you don't get tossed into the sea. And it continues and swims underneath you. Another one turns around and just swims under your raft. And another one turns back on itself and starts to circle around. And it's sort of angling in Gungo's direction. Coritan, what do you want to do? You do have all your gear. It's in a sort of.
I was going to ask that. Yeah.
It's tied to the piece of railing that's poking out of the debris that you're on.
They're not close enough that I could hit them with a weapon. It'd have to be a throwing weapon or something like that.
It'd be a ranged weapon, but you could always pull out a sword and ready an attack to have one swing as something comes within range.
Which one was the one that's been hit?
The smaller of of the two hammerheads.
Oh, the one that's heading for Gungo, or the hammerhead, smaller hammerhead?
Smaller hammerhead.
Right. I think I'm going to have to ready in action with the greatsword, with my greatsword.
Okay.
Yeah,
right,
I think that's what I'll do.
You pull out a greatsword. That's a two-handed weapon. So you're.
Oh yeah, well that's going to be a problem.
Have you ever?
I didn't even think about that.
Stand-up paddleboarding. You're standing there with a greatsword in your hand, trying to get. You can try it, but it'll mean you would have to roll either an acrobatics or.
Yeah, no, I might. It's probably smarter for me to javelin than. To ready the javelin.
Well, you could throw a javelin now if you wanted to.
Okay. I'll throw a javelin. I got to go for this big one.
Yeah. The one that I'm pinging now is.
Yep.
That's the injured one.
Oh yeah, that hammerhead there. Yeah, I'll go for that one.
Okay, roll to hit.
Oh, that was terrible. That was a 9.
Okay, that misses, and it means your javelin goes sailing into the deeps.
Yeah.
Elric.
Elric will run to the coast.
Okay.
And I don't know much about swimming speed.
Just treat it as half your movement. You know how to swim, you've swum before, but you're not a natural swimmer like a fish or something, so it's just half your movement rate.
Okay. So I'm 30 feet brings me right to the shore, and I'm going to try, I don't know if they'll be able to hear me, but I want to yell at the sharks to and use furball magic here.
Okay.
To communicate with them.
Okay.
And it's limited communication, so I think I need to make a charisma.
And what are you trying to... do they understand your language? Is it like speak with animals, but it's something else?
No, what it says is that you can communicate in a limited manner with beasts, plants, and vegetation. They can understand your words, but you cannot understand them in return, and you have advantage on charisma checks. So what I'm going to try to do is convince these sharks that he's not worth it. I'm going to be hollering, "Don't eat. He's not. He won't taste good.
Get out of it, you mongrel." Okay.
Yeah, he's poison. He's not good for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll let you try that on each of the sharks rather than as a group. With a.
Okay.
So, do you want to go to the uninjured one, the one that's closest to you, and try that? Try to persuade them. So, can you roll persuasion with advantage?
Okay, persuasion. And I don't have a good
unless
but I'll try it.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
All right. So
17.
Okay.
I need to see my rolls.
All right. And this shark says, "If you say so, boss." And it starts to cruise off down the coast.
No respect.
Okay, so Elric has persuaded a shark to depart. Morwen, what do you want to do?
I guess we make good traveling companions then. Morwen's gonna dash. She has a swimming speed of 30 feet, so she can just use her full movement to go all the way.
So you can just...
16 feet there.
So Morwen comes running past you, Baywatch style, or lifesaver style, and she's gonna dive under the water.
Oh.
And she's gonna the same. She had the same plan. She's gonna use her friend of the sea. She can communicate with any creature that has a swimming speed.
Oof.
And and just shout, "Get the hell out of here!"
Okay. Now are you trying to persuade it? So friendly sort of thing, or are you intimidating it?
Yeah, she's going for intimidating.
Okay.
Get out of here, you pest.
Okay, you roll up some newspaper. You're ready.
Yeah, get out of here.
That's what I should have done. I should have tried to punch it in the face. That's what you're supposed to do.
She ain't very intimidating.
Okay.
Just like her traveling companion, she is not a charismatic woman. That's a 2.
Oh, no.
-1. 3 -1 for a 2.
Okay, so the shark hears you, but it doesn't seem to change its action or its angle. Gungo, you've seen one of these sharks all just take off after the furball just told it to, and you can see one that's sort of heading, just swum underneath Cortan. What do you want to do?
Okay. So I think how far does Gungo feel like he could throw a rope?
I'm not sure. You could roll in athletics, and we'll see.
Give me athletics with it. Okay.
Strength based.
Strength based. Yep. So how far is he? He's just over. Let's do that better.
50.
50 feet. Yep. So he'll get out his rope.
Okay.
He could look really stupid doing this. All right. He'll move in a bit. He can move first. So
it's a bit. You're in water polo style though. You're having to tread water now to throw your rope, so you don't have like footing. He is
6'8", so he could probably. I don't know how far can he get out before he. Where he is there? Is he treading water there or? Oh,
you can just move maybe back 5 feet where it's a bit lighter.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, he won't be able to reach him with the rope then. Okay, no, different tactic then. He's just going to move over here a bit and just start slapping the water.
Okay.
And start shouting, "Shucky!"
Okay, all right. Can you roll a nature for me?
Nature. Go. 1.
Oh my god. Okay. This is level 1 play, but rolling ones won't help even at high level. Okay. So you try to attract the shark. These are the two that are actually circling around for Cortan. This one goes about 10 feet, curves a little bit, bends around, and then angles in, coming straight for you, Cortan. Comes within range of your of you, but you're not wielding your sword now. You threw the javelin, didn't you?
Yes.
All right. So, but you're not dangling your foot in the water anymore, asleep. So it nudges, and you need to roll a either an athletics or a acrobatics, just to hang on.
Only a 9.
Okay. So you guys see this shark bump, and it keeps on swimming. This is the way that sharks predate. But Cortan is now in the drink. Cortan, what do you want to do? Oh no, that was it. Let's see. There's another one circling around.
Yeah, the big one.
Yeah. 1, 2. The music we've got playing is just called Dangerous. Okay. And the hammockhead comes sailing in at your dangling legs. It dives down a little bit and then comes in and bunts into you with the front of it. What is your armor class?
16.
Okay.
I'm presuming I've still got armor on.
Yeah.
Probably, yep. 16.
Okay, it bumps into you, but you pull your leg aside just as it does, and you're not sure what this thing is, but as it bumps into you, you realise this is probably what happened to your leg.
Right.
They're very rough, and it's like sandpaper hitting you, and that's how they have a bit of a taste and see whether you're chewable or not before they go chomping down. But it missed, and It's your turn. What do you want to do?
I am making it for the shore, I think.
Okay, so you can move. You can dash 30 feet if you just want to.
Yeah. I'll just. How far is that? So I get
About 60 to 60. Yeah, you'll get halfway.
about here. Yeah.
Yep. And I'll put your little raft in there too, so you know where that is.
Yep. I think that's about right. Yeah, that's about right.
Okay. Now your little satchel of stuff is on the raft,
Oh.
but it's safe. All tied on. So you're swimming, both hands. And you've made 30 feet. Elric.
Right. Alaric is gonna. How far out? Well, no, he's fine right there. He's going to raise his staff up and speak something in Furball that nobody understands, and couldn't cast Entangle around that shark and have all the seaweed come up and
right.
around him.
Okay, Entangle. Let's have a
Nice.
look.
And he'll have to make a strength save throw
Okay.
if you allow.
Yep. What's the area of the entangle?
It's 20 feet.
All right. So there's all this weed, and there's plenty of it around. Comes up from below and flaps onto this shark. Reef shark. What does it need?
Oh,
A natural 20.
13.
Oh,
Beat it.
swine.
That's
Okay, so the
it's
shark's
only 13.
Yeah, so the shark's not entangled. It is difficult going still, so it'll be half speed while it's in it, I believe.
Yes,
But
it's difficult terrain, so.
It's not, difficult terrain, but it's not held in place. Morwen.
So Morwen is kind of underwater, and she's just, I guess, like gonna swim like lightning fast past Alaric,
Okay.
kind of like a mermaid, like just zoom past. You just see like a ripple in the water above where she's swimming, and she's gonna position herself next to our buddy over here.
Okay. So
yeah.
You'll get to...
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep.
Yeah, next door. And then she's gonna just use her like. Can she just draw her weapons, like her short swords?
Yeah, sure.
Short swords.
Yep.
Need to remember to like really overpronounce the R, the American name. Short swords.
Okay.
And yeah.
All right, so Cortan, you see this elf that you saw dive into the water now pop up next to you, and with a short sword in either hand, I believe. Gunko.
all right. He'll see this fish lady swim past, and he'll go, "What was that?" And he'll just start running over there still. Probably, yeah. Well,
30 foot's a dash. 30 foot's a dash.
that's what. No, actually, what he'll do is he'll move 15, and he'll just one more there, hold the, and he'll just hold action to if a shark comes in, he's just going to try and grab it.
Okay.
He's going to try and pick it up.
Okay. Half Nelson. Full Nelson. All right.
Grab it by the tail.
Okay, so this shark, let's see, what's reef shark's speed is. So, 1, 2, 3, okay. 4. It pulls its way out of the weed, spins around, and that weed has slowed it down so much so that it is angling in towards the characters. Elric, you're probably highest, being standing on the beach. It's angling into the characters, but had to move so slowly through that weed that it's not got there. The other one, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, is also angling it as well. That's them. Neither of them getting in range. Cortan.
I think I'm going to stay here and ready in action to grab a shark as well, to be honest.
Okay.
Because I got no weapons, so...
Yes.
Yep.
Because
I don't want to leave these people either.
Yeah, okay. Now, your token's at 12 hit points, and what we'll do, just as a convention, is we'll use the token to track your current hit points. So as you take damage, you should be able to adjust the health yourself. See if you can...
Oh, yeah. Oh.
See if you can click on it and change your...
Yeah.
And if everyone else watches it, you'll see him bleed out, and the little ring around him will go yellow or orange or red, depending on how badly damaged he is.
Okay, am I still at 3 hit points?
No, you're at full, because that wasn't you. That was you just role-playing a sailor for me, an NPC for a time.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah. But Gungo and Cortan were there on the ship. Yeah. Okay, and do you want to move at all? You can still... You don't have to if you want to ready in action, but you can still move as well.
Yeah, I'm going to move. Yeah, I will.
You can keep swimming if you want to do a little bit.
And that's... Yeah,
It'll only be...
15, yeah.
15, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm probably going to move.
You can use your arrow keys to move around, which will move you 1 square at a time. Then you can easily count your 3. You're swimming out to sea.
Oh, I want to get my stuff back.
Oh,
to be honest.
Yeah, okay.
But I'm going to position myself in this. I figure I can take on this little shark.
Okay, Morwen and Gungo, you see him sort of start to swim off. If you want to shout anything out, you're just short phrases out of initiative. You can.
Cortan, wrong way!
Get your shit! I'll get your shit! Just go to the beach! Jesus!
Elric, what do you want to do?
How much I can do here? Can I move my... Oh, I'll have to cast it again. I can't move my entangle. So
no, you can't move it. You'd have to just cast it again.
All right, and I only have 2 spell slots, so I am going to try it again though on the big hammerhead.
Okay. All right. Wait, you should be able to position this yourself. Do you want to see if you can move it?
I can't seem to grab it.
Okay. All right. Right. I'm just going to do this now, because then when you cast Entangle, it'll show up in your... Like, if you search for Entangle, it'll show up in your library, and you can drag it out there yourself. Have a crack at it.
How does Entangle work in water, by the way? Because is it just like roots coming all the way from the sand all the way up to him, or is it just around him?
It's from the surface, but it's shallow enough that a 20 by 20 cube, it'll... It's reaching up and grabbing him from underneath. Great. So great.
I'm going to put it right there.
Awesome.
And he's also going to move 30 feet right here.
Okay. All right. So.
Yeah.
Okay. So this shark is sailing through. What does it need?
13. I beats it again. Killing me.
Okay. So, Elric, you've cast your weeds. Morwen, what do you want to do?
I was going to go underneath it, but I can't do that now, so I'm going to just hold my turn till after the shark has moved out of the ship.
Now, you should see, I'm just changing it so that you can see the health of these things.
Yeah. So I'll just go after the shark.
Which one?
The big one.
Okay.
I'll just hold my turn till then.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, till it's moved.
Okay. Gungo.
Okay. I think he's going to do the same again. 1, 2, 3. Move past the fish lady.
Yep.
And shouting out, Cortan! This way! And,
What are you doing? Get to the shore!
I've saved my friend! He
So loyal.
and he'll do the same, but just take a ready action and try and grab a shark if it comes near him.
Okay. Cortan, one comes for you.
Yep.
You are readying a grapple, I believe.
Yep.
Okay. Roll to your opposed strength. You can do that now.
Let's see what that was. That's
Okay.
shitty. 8.
You get an 8, and it's a slippery little sucker because it gets a 20.
Oh, jeez.
It rolls to
You're
hit.
rolling amazing.
It rolls to hit and bites you with a 16
Oh.
and does 5 damage.
Oh, that's not good.
It
That ain't good at all.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
I'm on 1.
Okay. All right. The other one. Let's see. What's the quickest way out of here? I don't think it's going to come through. 1, 2, 3. That clears it. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's angling in at this bleeding, legged Coratan. Coratan, it's your turn. What do you want to do?
Oh, it's my turn. I held my action turn until after the shark. Yeah.
Yep, okay.
Okay. So now the shark's moved.
Yep.
Morwen is gonna. Should I put myself on the same square as the shark? Because she's gonna be underneath it. On the same.
Yeah, that's fine.
Square. Okay. So she's gonna swim over here. 30 feet underneath the shark,
Okay.
and she's gonna use her 2 weapon fighting to do 1, 2 slashes underneath the shark on its soft underbelly.
Okay, roll to
She's not trying to kill it, just trying to give these guys some time to get the fuck to shore, and she'll scream to them again, "Get the fuck to the shore, you
Okay.
idiot!"
You guys here.
Yeah, it's like you're underwater.
This lady tried to kill me with arrows, and now she's yelling at me.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, great. That's an 11 and a 20. Oh, natural 20 for this.
natural, okay.
Hey, that's a
11,
crit.
11 misses, then the crit hits.
Yeah. So the crit is 10 damage total.
It's 10. Okay, so blood in the water from the shark now too. Cortan.
Well, I'm getting out of there.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to attempt to.
Now it's right next to you, and if you just sort of.
Opportunity attack, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to? You can disengage.
But they'll get opportunity attack. Yeah.
No, not if you disengage.
No.
Disengage is you spend your action to disengage. You can still
Disengage?
15 feet.
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
Okay.
That's 5. How many is a block? So 5 feet?
Yeah,
A
one
block?
square's 5. So you can go 3 squares.
I'm just going to keep going this way.
And it's tantalisingly close. You can actually see the seashore, the floor now. You can almost stand up.
Okay.
Alaric.
How far out can I run before I have to swim?
Probably
So how
about,
far can I move?
probably about 4 squares out to sea. About out to here somewhere. 25?
All right. Perfect.
1, 2, 3, 4, 20 feet.
Can I? Okay.
Do you want me to move you to that spot?
So I'm gonna 1, 2.
You can move another one.
Right here. Is this
You can move another one if you want,
good?
but still stand.
Can I?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. All right, and Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to draw.
That's okay.
I don't know. I erased.
I think you got to select. You got to select it with the
delay.
select tool. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So am I close enough for Thorn Whip? I think I am. Yes. I'm going to cast Thorn Whip. I don't know if it works underwater. We're about to find out.
What are you going to do?
It's
Thorn Whip.
not going to hit it.
10's a miss in any case,
Right.
but you cast your Thorn Whip and it cracks out. But misses in any case. Morwen. What do you want to do?
Okay. Cool. I am going to, I'm gonna sort of take a look and see if those guys are away or not yet.
They're making their way to the shore, but fairly slowly.
Yeah. Did it look like the 10 damage did like anything to the shark?
Well, it's a bit hard to tell right now, but
yeah, it's hard to tell.
Definitely, it's in agony.
Okay.
It's pissing out blood.
Then I'm just gonna whoosh again with my short swords and hit it.
Okay.
That's a 22 to hit and a 14 to hit.
Both of them hit.
Nice. So for the first hit, it is 7 damage, and the second hit is 16 damage. What? Oh no, sorry. Hang on. Wrong one. Ignore those. The first one is 6 damage, and the second one is 9 damage.
Oh, okay. The shark stops swimming and goes belly up.
Fuck yeah. And then I'm gonna use my just movement to come to here in between what's his face Cortan and the other shark.
I think he's called Bleedy the Magnificent.
Yeah, Bleedy the Magnificent and the other shark. There. And just get in between and just shout at the shark. Yeah, how do you like that?
All right.
How'd you like those apples?
Gungo.
All right. He's just going to shake his head and say, "She crazy." She a poco loco. And then he's going to run in there and he's going to just hit it. First, he's going to try and hit it with his horns.
Okay. Natural weapons, no problem underwater.
Yeah, 9 misses, I guess.
9 misses.
And that's all he'll do.
Okay.
Morwen is wondering what is wrong with these people that keep like running into the shark instead of away.
Okay. This one's going to have a bite at you, Gungo. Hits armor class 15.
That's a hit.
And does 6 piercing damage.
All right, gun goes out.
Okay, Gungo goes unconscious. And this shark takes a bite and starts to swim away. 40 feet.
Jesus Christ.
Cortan.
I think I've seen my friend, my only friend, who I've made go down, who's trying to save me. I'm going to go and... How far away am I? I'm not that far away from him.
10 feet.
Even though I'm on 1 hit point, I'm going to go and lay on hands him.
Okay. All right, so you swim back to him, and you're within reach, and you're sort of floating in the water face down. You turn him over and channel your divinity into him, and how many health does he get back?
I don't have that many in being first level. I think I'm going to give him just 2.
Okay. So all this water sputters out of your mouth, Gungo, and you come conscious floating in the water. Starfish, arms back.
Wake up, let's get out of here.
And you're on
Where
2.
am I?
Where are you?
Okay. Cortan, you've still got 2 squares of move if you want to do any more swimming.
Yeah, I'm heading back to shore.
Okay. And
So I can do that.
Alaric's going to head back to shore to.
Okay. Morwen?
Morwen is gonna dive down and have a look for the ship that dude like threw in the water. Like she's just gonna like have a little swim around, see if there's anything like that looks like it's just been dropped in the water.
Sure. Can you do either a nature or an investigation for me?
6.
Okay. You don't see the javelin, unfortunately.
Okay. No perception?
No.
Goddamn. Well, okay. They didn't, there wasn't anything else that they, like, left behind, then she's just gonna kinda...
Just the raft. On the raft.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of gear on the raft.
Yeah, she'll swim out to the wreck then.
Okay.
As far as she can get.
Okay.
You
swim out to the raft, and you can grab the raft or
yeah, and bring it back,
and haul it back. And eventually you get back to shore, and once you do, you see a bedraggled-looking Gungo and Cortan, both badly injured, supporting themselves coming out of the water. As we move out of our first combat of the adventure.
Yeah.
Intense. What the hell is wrong with you guys? She's gonna just
What the
shout.
hell's wrong with you? Why are you shooting at us for?
Why are you trying to kill me?
I was shooting at the fucking shark, you idiot. Obviously. Jesus Christ. I mean, whatever deity that people...
How did you know they weren't with us?
Uh-huh. She's just gonna raise her eyebrow.
He'll just smile and he'll say, thank you. And he'll come and put out his hand and he'll say, thank you for your help.
No problem.
El Toro Investiendo is my name.
Okay. I'll just call you Big G for short.
Sure, why not?
And you are?
14.
That's a bit easier, Corey.
I believe you got my...
Oh yeah, I got
belongings
here. She'll gesture to the raft. Just as a tip, next guys, when people put their lives in danger to rescue you, don't run back into the water.
All right, Cortan, you get your sack of gear, and Gungo, yours is washed up on the beach near you as well, just along a little bit.
Stuff.
I think Cortan, you've got quite a savage bite on one of your legs there. And Gungo, you must have had a large one from that big one that came in.
Yep.
Yeah, best I can do to that is set fire to it. Sorry.
You should rest.
Well, that was an adventure, my friend.
I don't do that again. I'm not a good swimmer.
How did you end up here?
Well, we were on a boat. They got attacked, and it got broken apart, and we woke up on the beach. Well, I woke up on the beach.
Oh shit! What did it get attacked by? Like a fish or something?
No, another boat.
Another boat.
Oh right. Oh well, that's
Pirates.
way less interesting.
Pirates.
In these parts? In these parts? Really?
Oh, there's pirates everywhere.
If it's pirates, then you're lucky to be alive.
Yeah, what he said.
So what's the plan now?
It is fate that has brought us together. We have saved your lives.
Well, no, it's our sharks that brought us together.
Yeah, sorry, he's kind of spiritual.
No,
do we have anywhere? Where are you from? Do we have anywhere around here we could rest? Are you from around here?
No, we've been traveling for a couple of days now. From a village down up north. Yeah, we don't really have a lot on us right now. We're meeting a friend in the city, a few days ride from here. There's a village in a forest somewhere. She kind of pulls out her like shitty like sketchy map,
Mhm.
and then like sort of does a big circle with her finger, like we're kind of like here, I guess, and the village is like that way. Like I don't know how far it is, maybe a day or two. Question mark.
Yep, Dragon's Roost. You got to go past.
Yeah, Dragon's Roost. That was
Got to
it.
go past the twisted thickets.
Yeah, we got to go through some like creepy thing, but there's a herbalist there. She might be able to patch you up.
Well, I'm thinking sleep on the beach is what I need at the moment.
There may be some caves in those cliffs over here.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend sleeping on the beach. You might get a bit sunburned.
Alaric, do you want to do a nature or a survival either to look for a safe spot?
I'll do survival.
Okay.
Can I help?
Yeah, you can give him advantage.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Hold 19.
Okay.
He doesn't need it.
Yeah, you find a good spot underneath an overhang, which is sort of 10 feet up the cliff. Easy climb, but maybe some 4-footed creatures might struggle. Above the high tide mark, so it's quite safe, and there's plenty of driftwood around for lighting a fire and things like that.
Okay.
And so you
So that'd be a good place to rest.
Yeah. This is actual Google map that I took from Northern Australia.
Yeah, we can see it says Google right there on the bottom.
Google on the bottom. Yeah. I thought it was some kind. I thought there was some kind of Perth special beach.
Yeah.
I was thinking, is this your local beach?
Yeah. All right. Well, you all hunker down, and after an hour or so, you've got a short rest if you want to spend any hit dice. So in terms of healing and recuperation, so what we're doing is you don't just get all of your hit points back overnight. You get half of your hit dice back as a normal hit dice, replenishment. But you would need to still spend hit dice to rest. So it might take 2 days to fully replenish because you effectively get to blow all of your hit dice to rest up. But just an overnight rest is not all hit points back from that long rest, if you know what I mean. It's an option from the DMG. I think from the DMG or the Player's Handbook. And it's not extreme healing, it's just slightly slower healing. But I guess you can spend hit dice now if you choose to, because you'll probably go back to full in any case.
Yeah, I did. I'm on 8.
Okay.
Nice.
I'm just going to nip to the toilet real quick.
Well,
Yeah,
let's take a 10-minute break now, and so
Okay.
That's good.
it's 10:16 or whatever 16 it is for everyone. So we'll meet back in quarter of an hour.
All right.
Okay.
So we're taking a short rest. Are we doing that? Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Sure. See you soon.
Okay. See you in a minute.
No worries.
A long pause. So we're back in business.
Right.
I can see you still hunkered down in your short rest. Are you going to carry on the short rest or continue travelling south from here?
We should head to Dragon Roost.
Yeah, Dragon's Roost. Yeah. Okay.
What do you think, Cartan? What should we do?
I think I don't know. I think we need to if these guys are happy for us to tag along and they're on their way somewhere, we probably should stay with them.
Well, they could tag along with us, my friend.
That's just between me.
You might need to keep you out of trouble.
Yeah, Jesus.
But we have a package we must deliver to Mother Haggle.
Yeah,
So
that's what he.
Okay.
Oh, Mother Haggle.
Who is this Mother Haggle?
Never heard of her.
She's an herbalist. She can help
Yeah,
you.
Okay. Well,
she
sounds
lives
good.
in the woods. Well, outside the woods. Honestly, it kind of sounds a bit culty to me, but we'll see when we get there.
The stars never lie.
Just to be like well, not human, but Minotaur. Gungo will have a look around he will look around and see if there's any survivors or other people that have come up from the shipwreck as well.
Yeah, you don't see any. There's a little bit of debris around the place, but it doesn't look like your ship must have crashed right here and it's all washed up. It's probably stretched over 50 miles.
I guess that's that.
You two may have been clinging to the same piece of flotsam at some point, and then you washed in, and Korchan sort of wrapped his wrist around the leather cord there.
I got my leg eaten.
Yeah. Okay. Right, so you head off, and I will pick up. Let's see. I'll move you all to a new map. I'll put the real paste. What happened then?
I hear a coast.
And the road sort of curves away from the cliffs after 45 minutes or so of travel. And you find yourself in a fairly dense woodland. How are you sort of travelling? You know, what's your state or...
Is it meant to be black still?
No. I'll post
I can't see again.
Yeah, I've got lots of tokens on my screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything's just black for me.
I'm moving some to the GM layer, and now you should see it.
Yep, I can see myself and other people, yep.
Do I need to drag my
screen's
character on?
black.
I can only see myself.
My screen's just totally black.
Yep, black.
And every time you add our tokens to something, it has the wrong name. I've noticed. Like, mine says Felwyn 14.
Just tried to add my token on this page and didn't do anything, so.
Yeah.
It's funny because I can see everybody.
Yeah. Black
I can
screen.
see.
It might be because you got dark vision.
I don't. Yeah, it might be.
Who has dark vision? Let's sort that out.
Me.
I do,
Okay.
yeah.
So,
I have dark vision.
Morwen, I'm just going to sort vision, night vision, 60 foot.
Hang on, let me see. The features, traits.
I don't think I do. No.
Yeah, 60 feet, 60 feet.
So you should now be able to see.
Yes, I can see now.
Elric, you don't have dark vision?
No.
Okay. So I'll fix that. I've fixed up your token, giving it vision and so on. What about you, Gungo? No vision of any sort. And Cortan, you must have vision.
Yeah, 60. Yeah.
Oh, and yours is on your token. All right. So what I have to
I can definitely. Yeah, I can see. That's why I can see everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if Elric has, if you've got a light source of any sort.
I have a torch.
Okay. So what I'll do is give you one. Let's have a look. Bright light, 20 foot. Low light, 20 foot. Save. How's that looking now?
Yeah, I can see now.
Yep. And that's probably lighting enough of the space around Gungo for you to see as well.
Yep, I can see.
Okay. Great. So when I get a chance, I'll use those tokens that we've now got to reflect back into the library so that if I drag your token from your thing again, it inherits all that stuff.
Okay.
Okay, so you're travelling through the forest.
I'll probably be leading the way, so that's.
Yeah.
But not a good idea at night if I don't have dark vision, but maybe somebody else should.
I'll just be sort of mapping as I go along.
Okay. I'll be following the stars though, so I really don't need.
Yeah.
If it
And
starts,
I'll be trail finding and looking back at you like, hey, how's the stars going?
I've switched
Every now and again.
I've switched it onto daylight mode because it's still light enough to see. It is the day, but just there's a dense canopy, so I've just darkened it down a little bit to show that it's dappled light, blah blah blah. Might not look so. It looks like it's fully bright on screen as far as I can see there.
and I'm pretty sure since he's been here, Elric knows the way. So.
Which direction? Which direction are you trying to?
Yeah, we'd just be following along because we don't know where we are.
Well,
We're heading south.
I'm sure we're going this
south.
way.
So Gungo, he can tell because he's a Minotaur exactly which direction north is.
Okay.
So he's going to say,
nice. That's pretty cool.
He's going to say whether or not we're going south.
Okay.
If not, he'll go. No, you're going southwest.
Awesome.
So
Oh, cool. I can use that for my map.
Yeah, okay. He'll tell you. He go, no.
He's your true north.
Okay, cool. Yeah, where's my north on my map? Help me.
It's right there. I can tell you.
Oh,
How do you
awesome.
not know
Sure.
this?
Well, I ain't a walking compass, hey?
Nice.
well,
Very, very useful.
at the times when Elric, when you lose sight of the stars, you can always throw to Gungo to just give you a north.
That way.
Yeah.
Look,
Okay, you make your way through the woods, and Elric and Morwen, you feel yourselves being watched in some way. You don't know where from.
okay. So I will stop and I will use detect magic.
Okay. It does.
I don't know why.
It does radiate a bit of a faint residual aura of enchantment, but it's the area, not any particular thing.
Oh. We are heading to the enchanted forest.
Are we?
These,
Is this the only way?
yes, through the thicket.
The Twisted Thickets. Great name for a band. Maybe not so
Twisted
much for
Thickets.
Is this a coastal forest or like?
No.
Are we still coastal or
No,
we're
you've
Okay.
moved a few miles away from the coast, so you can no longer smell the salt and so on.
Okay.
Is it?
Gungo just shrug his shoulders and say, "Let's go."
Yeah. Is it when you say we're being watched? Does it feel like it's just a general feeling of being watched, or there's actual they can sense people or things around us? We can't.
You think that there's something observing you.
Right.
Okay.
Because
I will communicate that to the other guys quietly. And I'll whisper, should I scout ahead?
I can do a divine sense, which I don't know if it helps us, but
Okay.
I can do a divine sense and detect good or evil within 60 feet of us.
Put your divine sense into the chat. You should be able to just click on it and it'll...
Oh, try.
Okay, what are we detecting? Celestial, fiend, or undead? Okay, so you cast your senses out and look around you. You scan out, is there anything within line of sight that you can see? And you don't detect any celestials, fiends, or undead. And it's not consecrated or desecrated ground either.
Okay. Worth a shot.
Yep. Did you want to do the detect evil good or just the divine sense?
Well,
That's a spell, I think.
no, it says on divine sense as an action you can detect good and evil until the end of your turn. You can also sense anything affected by a spell
Oh, yeah.
or the location of fiend. So I would, as a part of that, I would detect good or evil. I presume.
That divine sense is strong evil registers on senses. That's the sort of the fluff.
Okay.
Heavenly music, and there's music in your ears if it's celestial. The actual, the game effect of that is until your next turn, you know the location of any of these creatures.
Yeah.
Within
I don't have detection. good to need.
Okay, all right. Once you get spells.
Yeah.
A bit later.
Yeah. Once I get spells up. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So you at least allay people's fears. There's no undead nearby and no fiends either.
But
Can I just kind of scout around a little bit and try and sort of investigate, do a bit of trail finding, tracking, see if there's any kind of I can see or find the presence that I've sort of feel like I'm being watched by.
You can do survival for tracking or nature if you're just trying to line up your chakras.
What is with my rolls?
Oh. +5 and you crank out a 7.
I'm the shittest ranger ever.
You're learning the ropes. Learning.
Yeah. Level 1.
Yeah. Okay. No, you don't see any tracks. And
Okay.
Gungo probably should have helped, but he'll come up and try and have a look as well.
Okay.
Because he gets advantage
Okay.
of it.
All right. You get your Bear Grylls compass out, and
He's not very good at it, but he gets advantage on it.
okay.
Or you can give me advantage.
I should have done that, shouldn't I?
I have a +5, yeah.
You roll now, Gungo. You've only thought about
I'll remember for next time.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
15.
Okay, Gungo, you see in the moist soil off to the side and some moss, what looks like a hoof print that's smaller than yours.
All right. He'll just say, we could just follow these instead, and he'll point at that.
Yeah, that's a good idea, actually. So that's a hoof. Can I see what kind of? Do I know what kind of hoof that would be?
okay, would I?
I'm proficient in animals.
Okay.
Looks like a large goat.
Oh, a goat. Okay.
It's cloven.
Maybe farmers or. Do they lead anywhere?
You hear this voice say, "Farmers." Oh.
Ah! She'll,
And this fellow steps out from the trees.
A satyr, yeah.
She'll ready her bow like, oh shit.
Whoa, let's not play fast and loose with archery practice here.
What the hell is that?
And,
Greetings, Satyr. How are you?
Oh, hello, friend. And he comes up and gives you the Twisted Thicket handshake.
You guys have a secret handshake?
Yeah.
What the hell? I've been traveling with you for a week. You didn't even show me your handshake?
This is a friend of yours, Eddie.
You don't know this guy, but
No.
You know it's a satyr.
Yes.
Native
No. I am friends with many creatures of the forest, especially the Fae.
The what?
The Fae. Fairy creatures.
Oh, right. Got it.
And he does a little bit of a jig and says, in a low bow. And he says, "What might your name be?"
I am Alaric.
Alaric. And you, big fella?
He'll put his hand out and say, Gangarando Barambo El Toro Embestiendo.
Ah,
Pleasure to meet
a
you.
man after my own heart. My name is Diego.
Ah, pleasure to meet you, friend.
You're very loud walkers, some of you. And he gives Cortan, not side eye, but looking at the metal armor and the. He says, "So you're on the road."
Yes, we're on the way to Dragon Roost, and how is the road ahead?
He pulls out an apple, and you can see he's had a couple of bites out of it already. So, road's fine. You're going to see Mother.
Yes, Mother Haggle.
Oh, it's good. When were you last there? It's grown since.
It's been quite a few years.
Oh, you What are you looking to do there?
We have a package from some village we just left to deliver to her.
Oh, okay. That'll be her, all right. Always up to something. Many fingers in many pies. There's a chapel there now, and a trading post.
And how far is this place?
Oh, only a few hours now through.
Oh.
And he points the direction you're going on the path.
Do you ever go to Diego? Do you ever go to this village?
Oh, yeah. I've been there a couple of times, but I haven't really had any need.
Anything we should see when we're there?
All my needs are met, and he holds up his apple. The forest supply provides. Depends on what you want to do. The trading post is trades in enchanted things. The chapel, of course, if you need any services from the clergy, if you're that way inclined. There's an inn frequented by many of the Twisted Thicket folk.
An inn, that's what I like to hear.
I've spent a few nights there. When I've gone there, it's been with a bunch of my rowdies.
Ah.
You're a party guy.
Oh yeah. That's what satyrs do. He says his best Captain America accent.
Is there any names we should drop when we're there?
I don't know.
Any of your friends we should look out for?
Oh no!
They sound like fun.
No. Best not to mention any of my friends there.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Mr. Goatman. Don't suppose you've seen a halfling, long red hair pass through here? Should be a couple days ahead of us.
He says, "Spring in a step. Always."
That'll be her.
Always chipper.
Sounds like her.
Yes. Yeah, we spoke briefly.
She seem okay? She's doing good? She made it this far, at least?
I think so. A little lonely.
Awesome. You know how far along ahead she was? Roughly? When she passed through here?
It would have been yesterday, I think.
Oh, just yesterday. Damn, she is slow. Must be those little legs.
I don't think she's in any hurry.
Sounds like her.
Yes, well, I'm going to be about my business here. I'm leaning against this tree at the moment, eating an apple.
You are doing a fantastic job, Diego.
Okay. He sort of settles himself back down and says, but I hope you fare well and enjoy success in whatever it is that you do. He's struggling.
All right, cheers, man. Thanks. We'll take the hint. See ya.
Okay.
Same with you, Senator.
All right. And once again, I will grab tokens. Move this in. Delete some tokens we don't need.
Guggo's going to say to Eric, how tall is Eric? Fairbogs are pretty tall, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, about 7.5 feet.
Wow, 7.5. Even taller than Gungo. You're quite tall, friend.
Yes, so are you.
Not as tall as you.
We won't have any trouble getting the apples from the tree.
I wonder what would happen if one of you carried the other one on your shoulders. Like, how high can you go? You know?
Oh, we could get a jacket and put it over the two of us and look like a giant.
I don't think they make jackets that long.
Next time I visit the giants, I might bring you with me and we will disguise ourselves.
But it would have to be me lifting you because I'm stronger.
Yeah, I have to be the face because I speak giant.
I thought you were going to say because I'm prettier.
That would have been good.
Okay. You can, as you approach, Let's see, am I coming in the right way? No. You're coming in from the south, so I'm just going to... Make sure I've got you. There we go, that's working. Alright, you come in from the south. There's a large wagon. Can you see this resolving now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And it's a small hamlet, but it looks a little odd because usually hamlets, they're just hovels or, farmsteads, small living dwellings for the locals. When there's a larger town or a larger village, you might see these double-storey large buildings. But what's odd about this one is there's the 5 or 6 large buildings, but no small ones. It's as if it's only a little township, but with no residents that you would need to have to support a church, an inn, a tavern, a trading post, and so on. However, you can see, let's see, Morwen. You see Felwyn, and she's talking with a person who is, they're just sort of sitting around. Actually, I'll move them onto these benches down here. And he's playing some sort of musical instrument.
Well, I guess the first thing she would do, seeing her, childhood best friend, is just sprint off and, like an excited puppy being reunited with its owner, just go to her friend and make conversation.
Okay. All right. So
Gunga's going to turn and say, why is she running to that child for?
Old friend. Not a child, that is a halfling.
Oh.
And the rest of you, I guess, move up or come within earshot or something
Yeah.
as you sort of discuss what's going on. But Morwen clearly is meeting up with someone who's a friend, and she introduces her companion that she's been sitting with, just whiling away the afternoon, as Tandy. And we'll come to that next week when they're both here.
Yeah, and Morwen will introduce all the guys, and we'll do that next week.
Yeah, okay. So what we'll do for now is I'll ask all of you to go into D&D Beyond. You'll already be there, and see if you can claim one of the other characters. See if you can see them first and let me know. I've created 6 of them.
Other characters?
Yeah, so they'll be inside the campaign?
Yeah.
I see them.
Yeah, I can just see, like, the other characters, like Tandy and Cortan and shit. Is that what I'm looking for?
Let's have a look.
Yeah, I see.
If I click on the campaign.
Yeah, when you click on the campaign, you should also,
I can just see...
also see some unassigned characters as well.
Hang on.
At the bottom, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I can see all of that, yeah.
Yes, I can see those, yep.
Okay. So...
Oh,
On this one. I want this one.
Yeah. So same here.
I
I've gone for Balder.
Okay, so you're going to be Boulder Stonecleaver, the human druid fighter battlemaster.
I'll do Karushi.
Oh, I didn't even look at the classes. I just liked his name.
Karushi,
Ew, a druid.
the Asuma barbarian. Path of the Storm. Yep, okay.
Looking like a barbarian that can fly.
Okay.
I think Gungo is going to go for Leonid Fogbeam.
Okay, so you've got a champion, human fighter. Yep.
Cool. We're both. I can go back to my normal voice now. We're both human fighters.
Yes. And what about you, Costa?
Fuck yeah.
What about you, Costa?
Hang on, Baldar's got to have some sort of voice as well, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, I don't know how to do like, hey man, how are you doing?
I think I'll go the wizard.
Okay, so Roken, the war mage.
Yep.
All right. So our camera pans back out from this joyous reunion of young adventurers, and let me see. I'm going to move us to another map. Actually, what I'm going to do is for now, I'm going to move us just to a sort of generic one. And while we're there, I'll drag in some characters. Well, this will give you a chance to just have a look at the characters in D&D Beyond.
So we should be claiming one of those characters as well, shouldn't we, I suppose? Claim.
Yeah, so you claim it in D&D Beyond. Yeah.
Oh my. This guy's a baller.
Yeah, what the fuck? I have never played a druid or DM'd a druid, so I'm like, I haven't got a fucking clue about any of these spells.
All right.
Fun. Serves me right for just going for the name that I like the best. Best way to choose.
Okay, there's our druid. Oh, you guys won't be able to see this, is that right? Or you can see?
Yeah, I can see them.
I can see him, yes.
Yep.
Okay, so what I'll do is now who is our I'm easy. I'll give it a name. Shall I call it Baldur or shall I call it Druid?
That's me, Baldur. Baldur Stone Spirit.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And who is our barbarian? Where is he?
I am Karushi.
Karushi. Ed, is that right?
Right.
Yeah, I'll just put both. There we go. Now, who else have we got? We've got our mage.
See the names. The tokens.
Get in there.
H.
Go. And that's a rogue. Is that right?
Yeah.
Should these guys have any equipment at all?
Yeah, you can. I should have. Just you can go through and just give standard equipment as you see fit. Yeah.
Mine was pretty well equipped already.
Yeah, there was.
Yeah, mine's got a load of shit.
There was some that I'd fleshed out, and some that I had just.
Oh, wait a second. Let's see. Why does Barbarian have such low AC?
You might have to equip the equipment if you've got something.
Yeah, I have armor that gives AC 12, but my armor class is 11. Oh, because I have a -1 today. Okay.
10 plus my dex. 1 plus my con. Oh, these stats suck. That's why.
Where's Baldur? Right. I'm just giving control to you all as well. Save. Now, who am I missing? I'm missing Karushi, I think. No?
Karushi has.
I got Leonid there. Yeah.
I get Karushi there.
I don't have Leonid. Leonid is the fighter, yes.
Jeez. Screw this barbarian got to level 16 and didn't think once to add to his dex. Unless he really rolled low. Let me see.
Alright, save. So you should all be able to control your characters.
Oh.
Shouldn't just test it if you can move them around. Yep, okay, cool. Alright, so the four of you have arrived. You've been investigating some sort of disturbance, and you've stepped through a number of magical portals. There's sort of a ring of glowing runes, which Orokin is able to activate. You've been following the signs for quite some time now. Orokin is the sort of leader of the group, or at least of the mission, where you've been trying to follow to something far out at sea. And you've been travelling for weeks now, searching for a location that Orokin has been working on, assisted by this storm barbarian who's able to somehow sense and channel incoming storms. Your muscle of the group, aside from, of course, the barbarian, who's there for other skills that Karushi has, but there's also Balder Stonecleaver, who is representing the circle of Orboros, the druids of the realms that have a vested interest in anything that might be anathema to nature. And of course, Leonid, you're there as Orokin's muscle, and should anything come to fisticuffs. However, you've encountered troubles and look like you're about to be shipwrecked. You took to a small vessel and were sleeping overnight on calm seas, and you've awoken. But something must have happened overnight, because all you can smell this rank, rotting smell, and of course you're no longer heaving with the waves as you were. And these escape vessels from those larger ships, they cover over with canvas or sailcloth, and so that they can batten down and completely cover over, so that waves generally will wash over them, or the bulk of it will wash over. And so, you gingerly untie the lashings and sort of peel it back and look out, and you've hit land of some sort. There's a bright sun in the sky beating down, and you can hear a from around the place. We're just going theatre of the mind at this point, so what do you want to do?
So this is a completely different character we're playing now, right?
Yes.
Lean in and say, maybe we should go out and have a look. That's what his voice is for whatever reason.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you stick your head out, and all you can see, as far at least peeking through the curtain or from the sailcloth, is mud.
Mud.
And you can see, maybe 20 feet away, there's some sort of large fish, and it's just flapping in the mud.
Does the mud look like it's liquidy, or you can stand in it?
It looks like you could stand in it, yeah. What about Balder? What do you want to do?
So could you just remind us what these characters are here for again? We're
You're
looking for
investing a disturbance in the natural order.
right. Okay. Sorry, Dada.
Okay. Well, being the resident druid, I'll wander over to the little flapping fish and.
Okay. You hop out of the boat and sink immediately up to your knees in muck, and you can and these fish look like some sort of bizarre alien creatures. They must have been from far to the depths, and probably they've either exploded or changed shape because of they're used to immense pressure.
Okay.
And it looks, looking around, it's flat as far as you can see, and there is no coast. It's as if, in your boat, your little sailing boat is just, half stuck in the mud.
Hang on, mud. Okay, well, obviously can't walk in this mud, so I'm just going to wild shape into a seagull.
Okay.
Inconspicuous seagull.
Yep.
Just have a slow sort of flap around and see if I can see any signs of life.
Okay.
Or...
You can see no seabirds anywhere, and you would expect there to be loads of seagulls but there are hundreds, thousands of dying or dead fish. And there's what looks to be seaweed, but it's just in clumps. It might have been 30 feet long.
30 feet? Where, sorry? The seaweed?
The seaweed is about 30 feet long, but there's no water, so it's all just almost...
So is it, where we are, is it scooped out? Like, are we at the bottom of it? Or it's just, like, it looks obviously there was water here and it's gone.
Yeah. Balder, can you roll a nature roll for me? With advantage.
Nature?
Yeah. Just throwing you all in the deep end here, playing completely new characters.
14.
Okay. So you think that this looks like seafloor.
Yeah.
And something has some sort of tectonic movement or incredibly powerful magics has risen this from far beneath, the blackest of the parts of the ocean, and it's risen up to above sea level, bringing all the fish and all the living things are now just dying and baking in the sun.
Oh dear.
Happened recently, then we think.
Yes, some of the fish are still. Then they're still sort of flapping.
Okay.
Happened.
I will communicate that to the group.
Okay.
And
It's like the sea's disappeared.
And your seagull buddy, Balder, you can see a slight area in the distance where the land rises. A smallish hill or hummock.
I will just fly a little bit over there then and see.
Okay, you start to fly off a little bit, but that looks like...
Just a little bit.
That looks like days of travel to get to it.
Oh, yeah, okay. Never mind then. Okay. And I'll also just... Yeah, I will use my druid craft to create a small effect to predict the weather here within the next 24 hours, just to see, there's some kind of flood? Is it like a tsunami kind of thing where all the water is rushed out and it's going to come back in? What's the prediction for the next 24 hours?
This is completely unnatural, and whatever happened here has got nothing to do with the natural order.
Okay, I will travel back to my companions and shift back into a human.
Okay.
There are strange forces at work here. The sea has come up to meet us.
Guess that's why we're here, to try and figure out what's happening.
Yeah, so, Erokin, any thoughts, or what do you want to do?
Well, we can't walk, we have to get... Can we see anywhere that's close by that we can get to? Obviously, we can't walk through this.
There
Or is there anything around that looks different to the mud and
is
muck and
the hillock that's off in the distance. But otherwise,
how far is it?
It might be days of walking through this.
Oh, okay, right.
But
otherwise, it's
yeah. Otherwise, it's like flat seafloor, and so there's no changes to the terrain, which is sort of what you might expect if you
in the middle of the sea.
Know that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Other than having to wade through a couple of feet of mud.
Yeah. You're a bit sort of stuck here and wondering what to do, and you do your sort of short range investigations. You can tell that the sun is angling over. It's not some sort of strange plane or something. And slowly as the stars start to come out, you can tell it's the same constellations and things that you're all used to.
I think we need to head to that hillock.
Okay.
We need to pack our bags and head for that hillock.
Yeah.
See what's going on over there.
I don't think we have a choice but to do that.
Yes.
Yeah. As we walk, I will use mold earth to sort of dig a trench in the mud, so we're walking on more solid ground.
Mold earth is going to do like 1 foot step sort of thing, but I suppose you could sort of help yourself out a little.
It can do it. It does a 5-foot cube for each, and it's a cantrip, so I can just keep
doing it. Yep.
Moving it. Yeah.
Okay.
As we walk.
So you can probably help yourself as you go along, but the others will be slogging.
They can just walk behind me.
The sun's starting to beat down as well. It's as if you're in. It feels like you're in a desert. This is to you, Belder. It's as if you're in a desert, but it's mud. So you might be on the equator or something like that,
Okay. Can I wild shape into something that can, like a horse, at least carry a couple of my companions so they can have some rest?
What's good in mud?
What's good in me? Yeah, I'm trying to think. A walrus? I don't know.
You can have
a mud skipper. A giant mud skipper.
You can think it through. There are things that are good at mud, but they're not quick. Things that live in mud are not fast, generally.
No. But if it's quite warm, then it might be nice to. I can I use? I can do druidcraft to create a small effect, like a small rain cloud above us as we walk. Get some refreshment.
What about you? Is it Karushi? What are your thoughts?
How fast can he move through this? He's got a 40 feet speed. Is this like difficult terrain?
It's probably the way it is right now. It's worse than difficult terrain.
I can.
Really not sure what he can do other than try to.
Yeah. Well, my mold earth makes difficult terrain normal terrain.
Yeah. But that only affects that 5 foot square, and then
and I'd have to keep every 5 feet recasting it.
Yeah, but then you cast it on the 5 foot that you're in, but then it's no longer the place before.
Okay.
Yeah. It'll be gone.
Because it just says the change lasts for 1 hour rather than whether you cast it again.
Oh, okay.
So it would be like a 10 feet. So if I cast it multiple times, you can have no more than 2 of its non-instantaneous effects active at a time. So I'll have like the 10 feet in a row. So every time we walk 5 feet, then 5 feet goes, and then
So instead of moving at 30, you're moving at 5.
Yeah. It would be slow. Yeah. So it'd be easier to just walk across the mud, I guess.
Karushi, you can do a nature check as well, or survival if you.
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to do, is look for higher ground and maybe see if I could find a path that's not so wet.
Yep.
We can make our way over to.
Okay.
And I'll do a survival check on that.
Okay. Right, so using your survival skills, Karushi, you don't see any terrain to take advantage of, but you do think that in this sun, this mud will probably dry out pretty quickly.
Okay, so I'll tell that to the group. I said, if the sun keeps up, this land will harden up in no time. Shortly.
I suppose. we better rest up then.
Yeah, wait for it to get hard.
Okay. So you rest up. The sun's starting to, like every hour or so, there's a chance of getting more and more exhausted from heat exposure.
Okay.
Trying to see if there's anything.
So it is hot. There's extreme heat.
Yeah, extreme heat.
All right. I don't know how long it'll last, but I can cast. Where did that go? Freeze water, and at least have an area that's going to cool us off a little bit for at least a minute.
Just a question. With the spells, particularly my character, it doesn't. There's nothing in the third to 8th level that's been, memorized. Is that on purpose, or do you want me to choose? Can I choose stuff?
You can choose whatever you want.
All right, cool. I'll start doing that now because I dare say there's probably something in there that will help. I just haven't.
Yeah.
It's just a lot to look through.
Okay.
Yeah.
No worries. So you rest up, take some shelter. You've always got the boat, of course, and you can get in that and escape the sun from the sails.
We have a boat.
Yeah, you're in a life raft of some sort with a sailcloth covering over the top.
Well, I would say we should at least turn that over, maybe upside down, make a shelter out of it.
Yep. Okay. You can easily flip it over and have it on a bit of an angle and get in and get full cover from the sun.
I'll take my great axe.
Maybe travel by night.
One side, so we can all kind of get underneath it.
Okay. Yeah. And try to have as good a sleep as you can. By flipping the boat over, you're then lying down and sleeping in the mud. But you can lay out your sailcloth and at least lay on that.
I'll do that. I can do the show path for that, so we can at least have somewhere solid to sleep on.
And over the course of this long rest, you have fitful dreams of just like a crushing weight on your chest or on your shoulders.
Ooh.
Almost being pinned, like, maybe as a kid you might have had a stacks on and
night terrors.
And you started to panic with this pressure on your chest. But in this case it's a bit worse than that because it's almost from all directions simultaneously.
Okay.
But throughout that night, you do manage to get a rest. You've got provisions. There's there's plenty of fresh water in the life raft. They always keep a little barrel of that with you. The stars come out and eventually move across the sky. Next day, you find that the mud has dried enough for you to walk on, and it's still heavy. It's still, you wouldn't get as far as you would if you're walking along a trail or something, but it's navigable, and and at least in the morning. But when the sun first comes up, it's hot, but not too bad. Are you going to abandon your boat and head off for this hillock?
Yeah, I think we should.
How big is the spare water? Can I take that with me?
Yeah, you can take that with you. I assume someone in the party is strong enough to carry a bit of a half barrel.
Yeah.
And there's also
probably the barbarian.
There's also also a couple of weeks worth of food, so divided amongst you would last a week or so.
I'll load up some rations.
Right.
Okay.
Are we traveling by night?
No berries.
What was that?
No berries.
Are we traveling by darkness?
I think we should, because if we travel midday, we're going to get exhausted.
Yeah. So it's dark now?
Yeah, so you waited one night. You'd have to sort of hang out and take shelter under the boat for the day, so that you're rested more rest than you need, but you're just now waiting for it to cool down in the afternoon to set off.
Right. Yeah, it's a way to do it, yeah.
I think I agree with you that we should wait till night to travel.
Okay. you've got plenty of opportunity to change any spells you want to.
Yep.
And eventually I can see poor Erakun there.
How many?
Yeah, pouring through a level 16 wizard. Okay, so sun starts to set. You can the barbarian and druid together can quite easily navigate you through with the stars.
Yeah.
You lose sight of this hillock pretty quickly, but you go in the direction that you decided, and you travel overnight. The stench becomes just overpowering. You're just walking. It's almost as if like it's a layer of hell. This is basically a land of rot.
I can use my druidcraft to make a small scent of flowers around as well, like an air freshener.
That's definitely helpful.
Okay.
Like a smelly tree that we carry.
Yeah. Yeah, like the car air freshener.
Yeah, like the car, and you just carry it in front of you, or just
scent
in
of
front
pine.
of you.
Okay, so everyone else smells is rancid, but Bell does not.
Look around to see if I can see the source of this stench, though.
It's the rotting fish everywhere.
Yeah, it's the rotting fish are drying
And
up.
just all the bacteria and organisms and worms and shellfish. There's prawns and oysters, and they're not. These are deep sea creatures. They all look strange to you, but there's rotten seafood, and you're walking through it all day.
I'm going to tear off a piece of my whatever loincloth I have left, and wrap it around my mouth.
Okay.
And try to protect myself from any of these bacteria that might be flying around.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, time drifts on. Day goes by day. 3 days later, 3 nights later, and you find yourself at the base of this hillock. Odd, it's not quite as big or magnificent as you thought from, a couple of days away, but it is an odd shape. It's almost conical, straight sides, and not quite, a bit smoothed off down the bottom, a bit rounded, but generally it looks like it's not a naturally made thing, but with a flat top.
And there's a cottage or something on the top of the hillock.
You couldn't see on top of it.
Is there an easy way to get up it?
Yeah, it would be a bit of a struggle, like going up the side of a rocky scree. But it's pretty hard packed mud now, dried out, 4 days worth of baking sun.
I'll try to climb it.
Okay. So it's difficult going, but you make it no problem other than that. It just slows you down a bit. And the other three of you sort of looking up at who are you playing again? I forget. Karushi. Ah, yes, the barbarian. Yeah. So you look up at the barbarian, and he's sort of standing at the top and sort of looking down. And
I'll wild shape and fly up with him as well.
Okay. All right. So an albatross comes and lands next to you, Karushi.
Yeah. Scar!
Oh.
Yeah. Lead it.
Or do this before.
Yeah.
Lead it will follow up there as well.
Okay.
How far down is it? Can I throw my rope down and maybe help them up?
So
the others?
You can throw your rope down to give them something to grab onto as they reach the top. The rope's going to go about 1/3 the way down, but it's still going to help. And everyone's huffing and puffing, just like going up a steep, a steep climb. But now you're all lined up at the edge of a precipice. It's much steeper going down, and with the angle of the sun as it is, it's hitting as it starts to rise towards the end of your night travel. It looks like just a black circle of darkness.
Huh.
It's
in the middle of this hill.
Yes, it's more like a volcano in shapes, at least. There's no steam or lava or anything like that.
How far away is that darkness?
You're looking into a pit of it.
Inside this volcano.
Yeah.
Leonid's just going to grab a rock and cast light on it and throw it down there.
Okay, and it goes... And you see it disappearing, and then...
Oh. Deep.
And goes out. And looking at the sides, it looks... It's steep. It's rocky, hard rock, and undulating. So there's plenty of ridges and things that are pretty much like be a ladder.
All right.
Go down inside the... You're saying?
Yeah. If you wanted to.
I think we should. I can climb down there.
I can fly down a bit and scout ahead.
Just have to climb down as well, I guess.
I don't have dark vision though.
No, the albatross will go boom like it.
Has anyone got a torch I can carry in my beak?
So it's not.
Can I just cast? I'm gonna pick up a stone and cast light on it, and so it lights up and give it to you to put in your beak.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
I'll do that, and I'll just. Yeah, I'll be the torch. I'll not go too far down, just like a little bit ahead of the guys who just light up like 60 feet below them.
Okay, and that way you can all see, because you've got this albatross that is circling the volcano, the ring, and it lights up where you can see. So there's those three figures slowly making their way down. Every now and then there's a bit of a scrabble or a piece of rock falls away. But it's easy going. I think if someone attacked you or something else happened, there might be a chance, just like the chance of falling off a ladder or whatnot. But other than that, it's just slowing your movement rate, and it's exhausting.
Is it getting cooler or hotter as we get down into the zone?
It's getting cooler. So the sun won't have been penetrating in here. So while it still has that stench, it's not as hot, definitely.
So there's no heat coming from the center of the volcano.
No. And it doesn't feel like a volcano. It's not. For those of you in the know, probably the Druid, it's not volcanic rock. In fact, it's probably more the sedimentary layers that you would see from hard-packed eons of debris falling to the bottom of the ocean. Might strike oil more than anything else.
Right.
Okay, so
go ahead.
This takes more than an hour, but you eventually get to what you think is the bottom and land in probably ankle-deep water.
Okay. Can you see anything around at the bottom? Exits or...
There's a bit of a reflection from the stone that the boulder's carrying, the albatross boulder, reflecting. And as you walk, like on this sort of highly reflective mirror surface of this still water, you can see there's a sort of a megalith type thing poking out of the ground. A large stone.
Is there anything on it?
It's a fair way. You can tell there's probably engravings or markings or something like that.
Walk towards it.
Yeah, we get up to it.
Okay. You walk towards it, and you can see that there are engravings on it. And Orokin, you can tell that there's the ring of these runes are similar to the magic circles you've been hopping through to get to here in the first place.
Okay, so it's a portal of some description.
Yeah, it looks like a portal of some description. But it looks like there's also... This is probably a place of worship.
Right.
There's what looks like humans, some sort of ancient caveman type drawings. But instead of... their hands have got webbed hands, and they don't have any hair, and they've got large bulbous eyes. And they're raising up, and they seem to be worshipping, and they seem to be hunting, like you would see on the cave of modern paint and Neanderthal cave paintings. They're hunting, but they're all out of proportion. Big things look little. It looks like these fish creatures are hunting whales, but the spear that they throw is going straight through the whale, and they're holding it up like you would a fish.
Right.
You can see one of them is wrestling like a megalodon, and it's gripping its teeth and got it from behind and pulling the jaw open.
Maybe they're just really big fish people.
But they're telling some sort of story is what it's there for.
And Hirokin, if you wish to, you would know the runes to what to say to invoke the portal.
The portal, yeah. I guess I'll invoke the portal.
You invoke it, and you feel not so much as going through the, what are they called? Celestial tunnels, spiral type thing. It's more like you're sucked down into the mud.
Okay.
And everything goes black and cold. And eventually, you feel yourself being pulled, by your feet, down, and eventually, and it's almost as if you've just landed, and you're standing in this sort of pentacle type thing. I don't know if you can see this.
No,
it's all black.
So what we've got here is probably no vision. Does anyone have a light source?
Yeah, I have the stone with the light spell cast on it.
Okay, so that's Rebecca.
I have dark vision, 60 feet.
Okay, all right. Once I adjust that.
Yeah, me too.
I don't.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
Oh shit. I thought you said tentacle thing, but no, I think you said pentagram.
Okay, so I just want to work out who's got dark vision. Leonid, do you have dark vision?
No, but it does have a light spell cast or something as well.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'll switch. I'll give you a bright light as well. Just so you've got it. And Karushi, no dark vision for you, I presume?
No, I have dark vision, 60 feet.
Oh, wow.
I should see just fine.
Okay. And Hirokin, the elf, of course.
Yeah, half elf, yeah.
Half elf.
Yeah, I think half elf, yeah.
Yep, okay.
He's all half elf, if you please.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so this is where you appear in this pentagram. It looks, again, like seafloor, but this time hard-packed sedimentary rock. There looks like to be some wooden planks and things and some markings on the floor. There's some sort of glowing runes, very faintly, and there's some sort of glowing organisms also smattering on the floor as well, like you might have seen in some Underdark caves. Now, I'm going to assume that there's two other travelling companions with you. It is 11:30. Let's pick it up from here next fortnight.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Now that you've just gone through the portal. And then after this, I'm sure we'll quickly hop back to the main event.
No worries.
Nice.
All right.
Good start.
Okay. Well, we've made a start. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah.
No worries.
And
Guys.
we'll catch up again this time in a fortnight.
Yep.
See you then.
All right.
It was good fun.
Yeah, thanks,
Thanks a
guys.
lot.
Thank you.